Alright, hey guys, welcome to another episode of A Fool, You a Rocker with Vlad.
Bravo.
And we are in beautiful center of the city, Koreatown, California.
Oh yeah, Mid-City's where it's at. And to keep it 100 with y'all, we previously recorded this episode and the audio quality just was not listenable at all. So we're going to redo this thing and I think maybe improve on some things.
Yeah, you know, it's always good. You always listen to something and you're like, oh, I could have done this better. But now we have a chance, and you have a chance to listen to the second episode of this podcast that centers around what it's like being brown and growing up in the hood, listening to metal.
Pina rockero.
Pina rockero, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, just examining an intersection, right? Of basically,
Why foos like metal?
yeah, why do foods like metal?
It's a question that's haunted us for most of our lives, I think.
Yeah, so this episode we're going to talk about uniforms. That's the theme of this episode.
Yeah, uniforms and everything that like sort of blankets or covers, whether it's the clothes you wear or even just your general attitudes and the way you kind of carry yourself. So, you know, I'm excited to jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, what do you consider a uniform?
So I think uniform, the classic is really just like a black band shirt and jeans. Mm-hmm. You know, your shoe choice is your own, whether it's the combat boots or like the blacked out Chucks.
That's true.
In my case, it was always the black Puma suedes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was like, how do you make black darker? Oh, I know, make it out of suede.
Speaking of which, also, do you remember when those all-black Chucks hit?
Yeah,
That was-
everyone was trying to cop those.
I feel like that was like roll call, rockero roll call. Like everybody who was...
Preséntense.
Yeah, like you had to rock these. You know, and this is how much, how I think pervasive it was that meant rockero. Was that my mom bought me some of those.
Wow.
My mom bought me some. She was like, she's like, mira, mijo, te compré estos. No, los vi allá, están bien bonitos. I'm like, what?
Wow, it's
You
like,
know?
you know, the monochrome really me cachó la atención.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, my mom got me this. And then I was excited then. Like, I think this was like 8th grade or something. I was like,
Oh man,
I was like,
it's huge.
yeah, I'm like, I got it. I got officially part of the uniform.
And you got the okay too.
Yeah, from the moms. But I just had to keep them clean because that's the thing.
Of course,
My
of course.
mom would buy me Chucks, but I had to keep them clean as soon as they got scuffed up or like fucked up, man.
Otherwise, I'm not buying you anything anymore.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad that we brought this up right now because that's one of the things too. Because I never really wore the uniform. You know,
Right.
I always kind of wore other shit, especially when I was in middle school. I had Timbs.
Oh, really?
And I had some cargo shorts at some point, and you know I had a Quicksilver jacket that I never took off.
You know, talking about middle school, I was always with the like the skater shoes.
Oh, the DCs?
Yeah, like the DCs, the Osiris's of the world, like all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of like my friends were doing the same thing, right? If they weren't already in their Chucks or, you know, their Docs.
Yeah, you'd be rocking the skater shoes. That's true. That was a good indicator of like you listen. But that's another thing though. Skaters are in another.
Yeah, it's that overlap
Yeah.
between the scenes.
We make a Venn diagram of shoes and uniforms.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to all the skaters, man. They always were listening to everything.
Yeah, always the homies. Yeah,
cool.
shout out to the skaters for always being cool. You know, it didn't matter what like scene you kicked it with.
Yeah.
You saw the skaters like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, dog, trying to kick it? Like, yeah, cool, post up.
Yeah, skaters were smoking weed with the stoners.
Yeah.
They were listening to fucking Minor Threat with the rocker fools, like punk fools. And they had Slayer shirts too.
Yep. Yeah.
They were really the amalgam of like what you can get away with. Or not get away with, but like you could really do everything.
Yeah.
And they were athletes too.
I think that's the biggest
That's
part,
the
you know,
wild
that,
thing.
and that I think often gets overlooked, ironically.
Like skaters are athletes.
Yeah, because they are. Like their cardio is next level. You know the thing, since we're on the topic, that I always respect about skaters, you could tell how down they were based on the distance they were willing to travel on their board. So it's like, you know, if you're up here in Koreatown, but everyone's trying to kick it on King, it's like, hey, if I'm gonna skate down there, don't trip. I'll see y'all later. Like, what? This dude really did that. Respect. That's the homie. He really is trying to kick it. So, you were saying you didn't really ever wear the uniform.
Yeah, yeah. So, and a lot of it I remember was when I was older. This is when I was older now. I was like 18 when I made my first like white friend.
Yeah.
Like my actual he was a friend of mine who was white. I was like, oh shit, like that's wild.
It's happening, yeah.
Yeah, it's happening. I'm 18 and I've never had a white friend ever. Like I mean like a white American friend because I did. Hey, shh, what are you doing? My dog is acting up. I think he wants to say some shit about having a white friend.
He does. Yeah, he's like, hey fool, I got some white fur. Why you slinging shit?
Yeah, because I did have a homie, my homie Jonathan. He's Jewish in LA High, but he, I meant like American white friend. It's a difference. Yeah. There's a different cultural situation going on.
Un
gabacho, yeah, and I remember he was like a punk, and he would be like, I remember we were working on bikes, and I had like these nice slacks on.
Oh really?
And these dress shoes. I had come over, and I had to switch over to wearing my jeans or something, and he's like, "Damn, why are you wearing like what the fuck was that?" I'm like, well, I had to go like do something with my mom and stuff, and she doesn't like when I like look all bummy.
Show up all dirty.
Yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he's like, you're like your mom's an immigrant into this country, and like, to her success is like how her children look, and
wow.
and she doesn't want to like have kids with fucked up shoes or ripped open jeans, that's how maybe she grew up, where that's poverty, and she doesn't want to have a signifier of your poverty, and I'm like, that's true, and I was always conscious of that, so I always wanted to like rebel and like, but I felt like I was gonna hurt my mom's feelings.
Leave it to the Jewish homie to be so insightful too.
Oh no, that wasn't the Jewish homie.
Oh,
the white homie.
Okay, and you know what? I'm glad you make that distinction, because I don't think that a lot of people would lump those two categories together.
Yeah, no, there is a clear distinction.
Okay, yeah.
I think at least. I mean, it depends how cultural, but it's still there's a cultural, element there that's very different. But I was like, yeah, that's so true. I was like, fuck, I just always felt. I mean, I did wear shit. Like I had a dissection shirt. That it had a big 666 in the back. And I remember buying it just like from I think I bought it from Amoeba, and I was like, that is just tight. It's like it was $30.
Oh. And
then my mom was like, yes, camisa, and I'm like, whatever, mom,
It's my life.
Yeah.
Esa porquería.
Yeah. And then this is the last time my mom ever did my laundry too. I think I was 16. I fucking put it in the laundry bin and I never saw it. And I'm like, even camisa, mom. And she's like, ¿cuál camisa? And I'm like, usted sabe cuál. And it's like, ¿qué camisa? And I was like,
right. You know the one.
Yeah, so then I started doing my own laundry after that.
Damn. Hey, but where's my $30?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Damn,
I was like...
That's an expensive lesson to learn.
Yeah, so... But yeah, that's the thing about uniforms. I mean, I dig it, because I think it's true. Like, subcultures have to have, like, signifiers. But.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important, but also so flexible. Because you can choose when you want to, tell other people, like, hey, this is what I'm into. Like, if you're going to go to a show, like, most people are going to be wearing jeans and a band shirt and, like, whatever black shoes they want. Yeah. But, day to day, that's not always, like, doable.
It's true. I mean, there are fools that still do it, though. Like, they're, like, when I go to the Ralphs, right here by my hood, like, I know that the fool there, the bagger, he's a metalhead. Because first of all, he has the long hair in a ponytail, because work regulation.
Okay, yeah, you have to keep it professional with the ponytail.
And this fool, first of all, wearing all black.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, he has a black polo, the black shirt underneath. So I know that underneath he probably has like an Iron Maiden shirt.
Yes, dude, I'm with it.
He has black jeans, like the black 501s too. You know what I'm saying? Like
the classic, if I have to dress up, I guess I'll do the black 501s.
Yeah,
they look clean enough to do
clean,
it.
Like straight leg too, and then he has black work boots that look like they're Docs, but they look like actual, I don't know, like some gnarly boots.
Okay.
But they're black and they have a heel and shit. So I'm like, who's a fucking metalhead?
Damn. So when that fool gets off work, he lets his hair down, shakes it out,
and takes off
that polo looking firme.
Yeah, he probably smokes a J and
that's it. Mira, yeah, you're right.
So You know, I fuck with it. I'm like, I know this fool. I'm like, hey fool, what's up? You listen to Children of Bottom or what?
But then, see, that's a good way to segue into it, right? How even within that uniform, uh, there's so many like different varieties and flavors you can like choose from. Like you were telling me about SLC Punk, and like
Yeah, yeah.
that way that scene is expressed is very different from like a Slayer fan.
Oh yeah, for sure, most definitely. Well, I mean, what like there is a difference too between like the punk and metal shit, cause the metalheads though. Let's talk about the metalhead look though.
Okay, it's usually baggier.
Yeah, baggier.
Yeah, we're trying to hide all that longhas.
That's not true.
For the most part,
Yo.
I feel like that's like we're trying to wear like the double XLs, and so like okay,
Fools.
a lot of my homies were also like straight cholos. Like
Okay.
these fools were up to like hood rat shit. Like I'm not even gonna try like excuse it for anyone, but you know that was very much the thing. If you weren't wearing your pro club, you were wearing like a baggy like Slayer shirt or Children of Bodom shirt, you know,
Okay.
or like your Pantera shit.
That's true. I guess yeah. There is a different breed of like of people of metalheads too.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I think I usually associate punk scene with like more tighter fitting clothes.
But I had a homie named Dixon in high school who that fool was a heavy dude. He had a tight ass like what did he have? Let me get this right because I don't know if this was listening. I don't know if he had an Anthrax shirt. No, he had maybe a Creator. Because this fool, this fool, I think,
Creator with the K, y'all.
because he was the denim metalheads. You know what I'm talking about? Long
Okay,
hair,
yeah.
but a jean jacket, like tight shirt.
The high
and then-
tops.
Yeah, high top. That's what I'm saying. High
So
top
that's
metalheads,
that's
high
like
top metalheads.
the 80s metalhead,
Yeah,
the dude who just looked like he stepped out of a time machine.
Yes, that's exactly that's the one. That's what he
Which
was.
I think we all have that person, right? For me, it was the homie Andy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
bro.
tell us about your homie Andy.
Same thing.
Shout
I mean,
out to Andy.
you just described him to a T. My boy had super long, like past shoulder length, like curly hair, like the curliest curls, like you could imagine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I realized Dixon had an Overkill shirt.
Oh,
You know
okay.
the Overkill with
Yeah.
the neon green? I think that's what he had. Yeah, green, like
Green
the neon
Overkill.
green Overkill shirt.
Which is that's a
a
great logo too.
Classic, fool.
Yeah, for sure.
That says like I listen to shit. I listen to metal.
And it's more than just the
I
basic
only
stuff.
listen to metal.
Yeah, if to wear an Overkill shirt,
You're only listening to metal.
only metal hits no. I think. Like, I've never seen that brand before.
Because that's true. There's the metalheads that only listen to metal.
Yes,
But
and the like metalheads with like eclectic tastes.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and so yeah, what
The
you were
uniform
saying.
is a signifier of this.
It is. The homie Andy, yeah, long hair, super curly, had the vest or the jacket, denim always. Sometimes when he felt fancy, the leather jacket would come out. You know, I was like, damn man, you trying to flex today? Who are you talking to in fifth period? The tight jeans, and then like the sick high top Reeboks.
Reeboks. Where do you get those
The
Reeboks?
white Reeboks.
Fool, where do you get those?
I don't know, man. I
Like,
need them. They're I don't think I can pull those off.
Why not? You just gotta get tight jeans.
I do. I need to wear them. Oh.
That's the reason why it works. You know, so you gotta get the tight jeans, and you gotta get a vest,
Just blew my mind.
or cut off all the sleeves of your shirt. You can't have sleeves on shirts.
Yeah, no sleeves.
No sleeves, man.
Okay. Oh, I'll
You
get
could
back
do
to you.
it.
I'll get back to you on that.
You could do it, man. My homie Victor had that look. He's a guy, he may have had an early transformation. He was went to LA High together. This fool was in the magnet program like me, but he started off, with those nerd glasses, like the no frames,
Yeah.
like kind of Otacon from Metal Gear Solid wears. I don't know if anybody knows Metal Gear.
The
out there,
clear,
but
like
yeah,
rectangular,
clear
frameless
rectangular,
glasses.
No style.
Oh,
like,
man.
like just they only serve as glasses.
I want people to see my face.
Yeah.
Those frames.
I'll do your homework glasses.
Yeah, that's that signifier.
Yes.
Okay, so he went from that. That was a starting point.
From that, short hair, like kind of Lance Bass haircut, a checkered shirt, like an oversized checkered shirt, like I'm good at math shirt. I don't know.
Okay.
And then over the years, this will transition to long curly hair, like looking like Dave Mustaine, pretty much.
Wow. Okay.
Shirtless. Sleeveless shirts. I think this. I don't know what this fool had. Did he have a municipal waist? I think he was more municipal waist.
Okay, I respect that.
You know, tight acid wash jeans with the Reebok high tops.
Nice.
So he might have also rocked the Van high tops, which I think you might wear sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, basically invest in some good high tops, please. You gotta have them in the rotation.
But see, and then that's the SLC punk thing. That's why there's a character there played by Jason Segel, who's like Marshall in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
And he's a punk dude, but he dresses like a square. He has those glasses, like kind of like serial killer glasses. He has a polo, like a brown one, regular jeans, like that.
It's the boringest, like
Boring
square.
but he's the most down dude.
That's what's up.
He fights some dude in the pit, and then he beats the fuck out of him. And at the end of the show, he apologizes. He's like, "I'm sorry, man. You know, I'm sorry I did that to you. It's just that, you know, it's like rage and brotherhood and shit." And the other guy's like, "Fuck
I get it, bro. I get it."
And then he gets arrested by the cops, and this fool kicks out the fucking back window and
my
runs
God.
away.
Hell yeah.
So this fool was the most down dude in the whole.
Shout out to Big Fudge, man.
Yeah, Big Fudge.
That's what's up.
So I always felt like that. I mean, maybe I wasn't that down, but I always felt like, you know what? From a young age, I was like, it don't matter what you're wearing. Like, that's what I was kind of like, fuck that. Like, I don't need to be wearing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to, right? It's like, if you like to do that and you like to participate in that way, do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
No, definitely not. So what are other aspects of the uniform? I would argue that, you know, the attitudes definitely plays a big part of it.
Totally.
You know, you can't, well, I mean, you can because I do it. But typically you can't wear like metal shirts and be like going around smiling and waving at everyone and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, nice to see you. And, you know, it's a certain kind of mood.
Well, but then now people are doing that.
Yes.
That's another thing. Maybe we'll talk about this after. Is people appropriating metalhead culture and uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, people be doing that now.
Shout out to Kanye.
Shout out to Chris Brown. Shout out to any of the SoundCloud rappers that do that. Well, not shout out, but these, putting them on blast. Putting them on blast, because these fools all do that. And it started with, like, that. I think I mentioned this last time with Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
Lil Wayne, I remember a cover of XXL or Fader, and he had, like, he was, like, hanging out in front of a Cadillac with, like, 27-inch rims, and he had a Misfit shirt on.
Yeah.
But it had gold teeth. I was like, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's the Wheezy skull.
Yeah. So it was like that, and then you had, I think, Chris Brown at once. He was wearing a decked out leather jacket with like studs, and it had like GBH and Minor Threat, and like Exploited, all hand drawn on it. He had bought it for like I think 10 G's or something.
You think some punk like straight up just swindled this fool? Like, hey dog, this is like the most legit.
That would be kind of cool, but I don't think so.
I'd respect that.
That
like,
would be sick
yeah.
if it were like some crust punk on the corner. Was
Yeah,
like,
dude, came up.
Nah, but I don't think so. I think what happened was like fashion people appropriated this shit and made.
They studied the.
Yeah, and they might have paid somebody to hand draw it, but that fool bought it for 10 racks. And I remember that. I think this was I don't know if this was MySpace days or early Facebook days. I think it might have happened in high school or later. But anyway, I remember that all the metalheads were like posting this shit on my phone.
They felt some kind of way.
Yeah, they were
huh?
mad. Like a lot of people, all of them were mad.
Well, yeah, because you spend your day like getting looked at sideways and like getting all this attitude, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, but you know the super rich rappers are doing it, so it's cool, and like we're just gonna take this now.
Yeah.
Like that's when you get your first taste of like, oh, nothing's really mine.
Yeah, it's like fuck. You spend all your years wearing all this like outfit, misfit shit, and then it just gets appropriated and all the cool kids wear it now. It's kind of whack.
Well, now y'all want some of this. Okay.
Yeah, fuck all y'all with Iron Maiden shirts.
If you can't name more than like 5 songs.
If you haven't listened to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner,
yes, that's the litmus test.
you're not an Iron Maiden fan.
Call us essentialists, if you will.
Fuck it, I
Don't care.
If you have not listened to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, even though if you can't even tell me what album that's on, then I don't know if you're a fan.
At least I'm not a poser.
Fuck. Hey, what episode is Posers?
That might be the third episode.
Oh, the next one it's gonna be Posers. So.
Y'all see, man. Posers fucking suck, man. They're a disgrace. They're a plight on society.
This is poser shit. That's why all the real fools were mad at Chris Brown wearing it, because he's a poser. At least Lil Wayne, I don't think is a poser. No, I mean the rock album he made is a disgrace. but at least I know ZF Baby is about that life.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, he did learn how to skate too.
That's what's up.
So this was listening to the Misfits, learning how to skate. Come on.
Yes, dude.
And he actually might have done the most punk rock shit because he did learn how to play guitar on that album, but he played it horribly. But if you think about it,
I mean, don't most punkers, I think, have that reputation?
Yeah, so that is kind of punk rock.
The tempo matters, that's it.
I'm changing my mind. I guess Lil Wayne is punk.
Oh no, we're gonna get so much hate now.
Fuck it, fight me.
Fight me. No, but okay, so yeah, that's part of it though, right? You have that spirit of rebellion in the music.
Yeah.
And that comes from rock and roll, right? That comes from that influence. And I think that's why like metal and like a lot of scenes are, so special and so unique in that they have all these clear influences that they draw from. With metal, it's like the rock, blues, classical.
Yeah.
It's just all these like influences that you wouldn't think are necessarily there and aren't always obvious when you're listening to the music, but it really helps define it. That the rebel spirit of rock and roll, like even though rock might be dead nowadays, it's still alive and well in metal, and that people are trying to fight against something, and that's why they're angry.
Yeah, that's true. That's the perennial anger, huh? Just won't go away.
Yeah, the angst as a teenager just turns into rage the older you get.
Yeah, that's another episode we got to talk about. Like, what are career paths for metalheads? I want to know where the metalheads at.
A lot of them work in offices. Yeah. I'm convinced. Yeah, there are a lot of white collar work.
Yeah, that's true.
You pull up, blasting Vector, then park, walk in, listen to the elevator music, start getting depressed, and so you're out 8 hours later.
Yeah.
Back to more Vector.
Damn, that's
not like that's personal experience or anything. I'm just letting y'all know how it is.
No, I just heard that from a friend of a friend.
So I'm told.
Yeah. But you were saying though, Tipper, you were going to talk about Tipper Gore.
Oh yeah, and so like the signifiers that you choose to wear, you choose to express, it can be scary to some people, and then the music doesn't really help when it doesn't sound conventionally beautiful.
Yeah.
So you have like scary sounding music and people dressing scary. Like that's gonna make some people feel some kind of way. And
nice.
Back in the day in the 80s, Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore, had like congressional hearings about this shit. Like,
what kind of name is Tipper, man?
Yeah, that's the only person I've ever heard with Tipper as a.
That's weird.
Tipper Gore.
Man, white people be talking shit about black people with their names. What the fuck is? What kind of name is Tipper?
That's some made up shit.
That's made up. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Don't come at me like that. But this lady, like, straight up was having congressional hearings about this music is affecting our youth. It's corrupting them. Mm-hmm. Really had it out for, like, a lot of, like, almost, like, censorship in that the music couldn't have, like, explicit lyrics and be available to everyone. Or, like, not even explicit in terms of language, but in terms of themes.
Yeah.
And so, like, also included in this were, like, violent video games.
That's true, yeah.
Those weren't regulated at all. And, with that technology kind of like getting better and graphics, becoming more and more realistic with every generation, it starts to become a worry. Like before it just looked like little blocks.
Yeah.
Now you can straight up see like Mortal Kombat. When that came out, that ruffled feathers.
Hell yeah.
So I understand it. I get it. They were scared and they wanted to like maybe like push it down and repress it so it'd go away. Like, what was I don't know what the point was with that. It's like, this is offending my Christian values.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. We could talk, that's another whole episode, I think. We could talk about, like, the whole aspect of, like, Christianity, mainstream America, and, like,
Oh, yeah. We should, yeah,
like
I think we could.
Manson, shit like that.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason why metal and, rock get such a bad rap. The people getting offended just want to like shut it down completely, and it's just because it goes against that like those Christian values or the perceived I don't know how to say it, like it's a threat.
Yeah, perceived, yeah.
The perceived threat of it, and it's like no, they don't care.
No,
they're just trying to do their own thing. Like let them be.
Yeah, we should definitely. I think that there's a lot to be said about that. It does have to do with uniforms too. I mean, like people, like it does touch on, how you represent yourself and the imagery, because that's the whole thing. It's scary, right? Like the whole fucking.
And when we're in school and we're being taught about code switching, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a thing in language where you might be speaking the same language, but the words you're using are different just based on who you're around.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in a business setting and call people fools as much as I want to.
Yeah.
And likewise, I'm not going to be using like academic language when I'm talking with the homies unless like we're really chopping it up and getting into it.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that is expressed to me through the clothing. Like we're code switching through our uniform.
Yeah.
We know what works where.
Ooh-wee. That's true. Yeah, you're totally right. Because when I mean, I don't know what this is, but I mean, maybe this is old fashioned, but I still wear a full suit when I go to a job interview.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I had a homie who, my former roommate, shout out to Bobby, he went to a job interview wearing like workout clothes. And I'm like, damn, you're not trying to get this job, huh? And he's like, they're gonna take Bobby the way they get him. I'm like, that's some white shit.
That is.
And I'm like, cause I there's no way in hell I'm gonna fucking be that like presumptuous and be like, not wear, not like dress the
Bobby,
part.
I can't afford this. Take it or leave it.
Bobby,
fucking lifestyle.
Like I get it, and that's some white man shit. I get it.
Yeah.
To be so bold. But when I first went to this job interview for this company, I wore a full suit, right? And I got hired for this job. And then I met my coworker, this guy, Aaron. Shout out to homie Aaron, who's way younger than I. He's like, I'm 10 years older than him. and he was like, when I first met you, I thought you were a square. I was like, damn, I'm not going to be able to like smoke my vape in this office.
He's worried about it already.
And I'm like, I get it. I was wearing a full suit. But then, I started like dressing or whatever. And I, we got to know each other. But I'm like, I have to look like this for at least a day or or a week. I think until I was comfortable. And luckily, in this office, it was like, the whole brand was more street and shit. So
they didn't mind as much.
Wore,
but it's important.
Yeah, you're right. It like goes right into it. It signifies certain things. So I'd like to see more metalheads out. I don't really see them as much in the regular workday.
Yeah, and I mean, even when we were at UCLA, like if I saw one or two shirts in the day that were like metal shirts, I was like, yo, it's fucking raining metalheads outside. Like this is wild. But few and far between.
That's true. Damn, I should just start wearing more of mine then.
We want to see y'all. Is the point.
Yeah, that's true.
Let us know you're out there.
Yeah, let us know you're out there. So, I think that's good, right?
Yeah.
I think we covered uniforms.
Any recommendations for the week? Something people should listen to, check out?
That is true. That is good. What is like... You know what? You know what's cool? And maybe it'll go in the theme of this. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend like some Deaf Haven.
Wow.
Deaf Heaven.
Deaf Heaven.
Deaf Heaven. See, I don't know why I always call them Deaf. I know I'm wrong.
I do that too, though.
Yeah, it's Deaf Heaven. I'm gonna go right.
DEAFHEAVEN.
There you go. I fuck it up every time. I've seen them live a couple times too. So yeah, Deaf Heaven. Their first album, Sunbather. I think it's great. It's
brutal album.
Brutal, and it doesn't look like when you look at it, it doesn't look like it'll be a metal album.
It's a nice little pink orange cover.
Pink orange hue, like a little.
It's beautiful too, and then the type font that they used is great use of space.
Great graphic design.
Yeah.
So I would recommend this one because it doesn't look like a metal album on the outside, but once you listen to it, it's
Yeah.
It's out there, man. I would recommend that. That's a recent band too, so. And they be kicking it with Danny Brown, the rapper Danny Brown.
Say that, and that's all the street cred you need.
Yeah, which is tight. Danny Brown fucks with them heavy, so.
Shout out to Danny Brown. As a metalhead, like that hits all the right spots for me. His music.
Yeah, Danny Brown he's a rarity.
If you haven't heard any Danny Brown, go listen to Ain't It Funny.
Yeah, hey,
watch the video too. That video's insane.
The video's insane.
Demented.
That's my recommendation, but.
Yeah, something completely different. I was telling you about this earlier in the week. There's a band called Author and Punisher. It's a one-man band.
Oh yeah, that's just wild.
This dude makes all his own instruments. It's an industrial metal band. If you want to look him up, they just did some stuff on him on Noisy. It's like a 30-minute piece or something like that. Well, the new album's called Beastland, and it's real heavy. It's hard to describe industrial, but it's basically just like machines making music.
Yeah, it sounds like gnarlier Nine Inch Nails. Like, I
Yeah,
was listening to
it's
it,
like super heavy Nine Inch Nails.
I was like, wow, this is heavy as like this makes Nine Inch Nails look like some Cyndi Lauper almost. It's like Nine Inch Nails is really clean, well produced, or like,
And you know that I think the reason is, the instruments, the synths that he makes, they're heavy. They're made of steel,
oh
and you
shit.
hear the weight. And I think that's why it sounds
It was
the way
fucking
it does.
crazy.
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard the album that you recommended. I was like, whoa! I was like, this shit is gnarly. Like I was like, I don't even drink coffee today, man.
Yeah, no, that's a great workout music right there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Alright.
So those are the recommendations
Yeah.
right there. Spotify or Apple Music, whatever you want to.
Definitely, yeah, they're out there. YouTube, if you're super desperate, it's always on there.
Yeah. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks guys for listening. Next episode coming soon.
Oh yeah, and then more to follow.
More to follow, a lot more. Every time we talk, we're like, that should be another episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We gotta start writing these down.
Yeah.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.